Man, does it feel good to have more Bears playoff football. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in for a Chicago Bears divisional round preview as the Los Angeles Rams come into town to face our well-loved Chicago Bears. Now, before I give my thoughts, my preview, my matchups, and who I think is going to win this contest, make sure you guys hit this video a like as it continues to help this channel to grow, and it helps beat the YouTube algorithm, and I want to continue to help this channel to grow. I want to continue to do things, so leaving a like button and also clicking the subscribe button and notification bell so you won't miss a thing truly helps this channel out. But man, it feels good. It's time to talk about some Bears playoff football again. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Now, both of these teams are coming off of, you could say, comeback last second wins in the wild card round, as the Rams are coming off a late win, last minute win in a divisional round on the road against the Carolina Panthers. And us Bears fans already know what happened this past Saturday night. Bears coming back from 21-3 down at the half. So both teams have come back in dramatic fashion this past week. I think none more dramatic than the Bears, but either way it goes, these are two very good football teams. Coming into the playoffs, I will be 100% honest with you guys. I thought the Rams would be the team that I would not want to face. Because, honestly, let's think about it. We're talking about a Rams team that is very young on defense. We're talking about Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner, Brian Young. They are a very nice young defense. Kobe Durant's young, Quentin Lake. You got guys, Cam Curl. Emmanuel Forbes has been playing a lot better ever since his move from the Commanders to the Rams. Then you got to think about it on offense. They are a little older on that side of the ball. But when you think about MVP candidate Matthew Stafford, Davante Adams, who we've seen during his Packer years, still one of the better receivers in the league. Puka Nacua, top receiver in the league. They can run the football with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum at their running back tandem. Very solid offensive line, two tight ends, and Parkinson and Higbee that can really do damage. Now, but like I said, coming to this game, I thought they would be scary. And the more and more that I've watched this Rams team, and the more and more I kind of see things, I think there are ways that the Bears can attack them. I really do. Now, the Bears, let's get into the Bears now. The one thing the Bears need to do, damn it, we got to start fast. I don't think that the Rams are a team that you can pull that last second magic on. You're not going to be able to do that against this Rams football team. I think they are too well coached by Sean McVay. I think they have very good on both sides of the ball, dangerous on both sides of the ball. And then on top of that, you have like the MVP candidate, like I said, in Stafford, and they have a lot of veterans on that side of the ball to where they can score points in bunches. They've had 8 games this year of 30-plus points. So this is an offense that can push the ball. Puka Nacua is one of the top receiver leaders in the stat category. Davante Adams leading league in touchdowns. So we know what this team can do. We know this team can turn the football over on defense. We know this team can get after the quarterback. Now, one thing that the Bears have been good is protecting Caleb. Caleb has not been getting hit as much, nowhere near as much that he did last year. So shout out to the All-Pro Darnell Wright, All-Pro Joe Thuney Pro Bowler, Drew Dahlman Pro Bowler. This offensive line has been playing a lot better as of late. And I think the one thing that this Bears team needs to do in this ball game that I thought they were going to try to do last week even though the passing game was good in the second half, especially in that fourth quarter, this Bears team, I think, has to run the football. And especially the way that defense played in that first half. Now, if we can go, I think if the Bears could play half as good as they did in that second half, especially on the defense side of the ball, getting 4-3 now, so making a punt, you give yourself more of a chance. Less likely, maybe. But I think if this defense, when we're talking about Sweat, and I love the way that Austin Booker has been coming on. Now, we do lose TJ Edwards to the broken fibula. But it's possible we could be getting CJ Gardner-Johnson back. Along with Gordon, another week healthier. I think this secondary outside of Nick McLeod, who looks like he's probably not going to play, looks the healthiest it's probably been all season when we're talking about the guys who have actually played meaningful games. We're talking about Jaylon Johnson, Brisker, Byer, Gordon, Nahshon Wright, and CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think this is probably the healthiest this secondary has been.
Yo, what's up, guys? APW Sports here, and today's video is being brought to you by ExpressVPN. Now, there's a few things I really like about having ExpressVPN. One, I feel protected. Being on the internet a lot as a content creator, or being on the internet, period, especially in the 2025 modern era, you're going to need protections from hackers. You're going to need protections from your passwords. You're going to need protections from your vital credit card, vital personal information. ExpressVPN does an excellent job of protecting you. And also, if things happen to slip or if things have been exposed before, you will get alerts to your phone that will let you know that things have been exposed to the dark web and that you should take action. And then another thing that I really like about it is that you can unlock more of Netflix. Now, me personally, if you guys don't know, I am a big WWE fan. And since the WWE has a partnership with Netflix in the international areas, you can get your PLEs, you can get your Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all things WWE on Netflix. Best thing to do, switch your location to say a Canada, to say a United Kingdom, and bam, there you go. You have all your access to your WWE content, and it unlocks more things that necessarily United States does not carry. And that is another thing that I really love about ExpressVPN. So to get yours today and get 3 months free, click the link below and use code APW Sports at checkout to get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. You will not regret that at all. Best investment you will ever make. Protect yourself and unlock more television on Netflix to watch. Now, we're going to get back to this video.
Now, our linebacking core, it's going to be a tough task covering those two tight ends because the way that they use them, they use a lot of motion. Kind of similar to the way that the Bears use motion in their offense. They use motion and they get those tight ends open over the middle. Parkinson and Higbee and Ferguson as well. He's another threat. They are 3 threats at that tight end position. Can do some real damage. And I've liked the way that DeMarco Jackson just came in and played for his spell duties, but he's going to be asked to do a little bit more, especially with the injury to TJ Edwards. I think DeMarco Jackson is going to be a guy that could be able to handle it, but it's going to, I will be honest, it's going to be tough fitting to stop all of this offense and the jet motions, the sweeps, and the way that this team really runs the football. I really believe that it's going to be a very tough task. I'll be honest. And we're talking about this defense, they can get after the quarterback. They can. They didn't really do a ton of pressure against South Carolina last week. But we've seen this Rams defense, when they cranked up, they are really cranked up. Puka 4, I really liked on the interior. Ty Hamilton, my Buckeye boy, I love on the interior. So I think a key element to kind of keeping this Rams offense from being as explosive, limit them. And the way you limit them is playing complementary football. Gotta run it. You have to run the football if you're the Bears. DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai, you are going to have to be productive running the football. And that sets up a lot of the play action that Ben Johnson likes to run and that Caleb thrives off of. You got to establish the run. Even if you, like I said, last week the magic number was 30 carries, and they were almost there. I think the magic number still is you got to have the ball 30 carries. Whether it's some Caleb design runs and scrambles, Swift or Mononga out of the backfield, you have got to get 30 carries again. Especially with this. You got to get 30 carries. I know the Rams are going to attack running the football, and we know Stafford can pick apart your defense. So we can't sit in man-to-man defense. As the Bears, they had played man-to-man. A lot of that in the first half, but then they started getting a little bit of a zone, and they can pick Stafford can pick apart a zone. But I think the Bears have the athletes to not, I'm not going to say stop it because it's not going to happen because this is a bend don't break defense. They're not going to stop the Rams. And let's be honest, it's not going to happen. They barely stopped the Packers. I don't think this Bears team is going to stop the Rams, but if they're able to limit their drives, whether we're talking about some field goals, yeah, the Rams might get a couple first downs, but limit them in the red zone, limit them to field goals. I think that's going to bode well a bit. And they've been playing like that all week, but I think differently with this Rams team than a lot of other teams is the way that they can convert in the red zone, especially with the healthy Davante Adams. With a healthy Davante Adams, this is a different team in the red zone. And we've seen a lot of throws from Stafford, who led the league in touchdown passes, to Adams in the red zone for them to score. So that is another thing we're going to have to worry about being a threat, is them in the red zone. So if they can limit some drives to field goals, maybe force some punts here and there, you bowl well for your offense, and that's how you play complementary football. We know Devin Duvernay on special teams has been setting up this Bears team in very good field position. So we're going to have to do that again. And then Torrey Taylor, when we do have to punt the ball and play the field position game, pin them back, make them drive longer. So I think when we're talking about a game like this, it's going to take complementary football for us to beat a really good Rams team. I am not scared of the Rams, but I know this team is a threat. A big-time threat. But with all that said, my pick in this game is going to grow with the Los Angeles.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Y'all already think I'm picking my Chicago Bears to win this game 31-28. I think it's going to be a little bit of a high-scoring affair. I think it's going to be one of those games where team has the ball last, wins the game. Because the way that these two teams can play on offense and defense, both teams can get points scored on them. And we're going to be honest, this Bears defense is not great. But I think the key factors the Bears to win this game is that Matt Stafford, as good as the season that he's had, could be a little bit prone to making those mistake throws. And this is a Bears secondary that's been able to take advantage of it. And I think in a whole game like this, the turnovers are going to be key. And I think the Bears just get even one key costly interception, I think is going to be a game changer. And I also think the Rams' run defense is not as great. I think the Bears are going to run the football I'm not going to say all great, but I think they're going to run the football better than what they did last week against the Green Bay Packers. I think their offense gets started a little bit early, and I think this game is competitive the way out. But I think the Bears make enough necessary plays on their defensive side of the ball with the turnovers and the offensive side of the ball. I think it's going to be a clutch late drive, whether it's the 4-minute drive to kill the clock or whether it's to come back to necessarily win the game. But I think the Bears are going to win on I'm not going to say last minute, but I think the Bears are going to win late. Very close game against a very good football team in the windy conditions, cold conditions, and I think that's going to be a factor too, which I think plays a benefit into the Bears' hands and why I think they're going to win this game 31-28 to advance to the first NFC Championship game for the Bears since 2010. But those are my thoughts, previews and predictions of this divisional round contest. Make sure you guys leave the video a like, comment your thoughts down below, all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys on the next one. ABW Sports signing out. Peace.